There's a video going around about a certain lady who had a life insurance cover with an insurance company. And she says that the company messed her. She says that she defaulted in payment. And when she went to check on her cover, she realized that it had lapsed. And she was told there is nothing they can do about it. So there was no action to be taken from that point. And so even if there is a claim, they could not honor it. She was very upset about the whole situation. And then she was given an offer. She pays all the outstanding premiums and then the policy is activated. She didn't like that and she walked out. So my thoughts is that maybe the person who was selling this cover to her did not disclose clearly that in the initial stages of a life insurance cover, premium has to be constantly paid. Unless that cover has acquired a surrender value, that is when you can default, knowing that other provisions will come in to keep the policy running. But if it hasn't acquired a surrender value, it just lapses. So maybe it was made clear and then she forgot or she didn't take it so seriously. So she says that she's being asked to pay a lot of money and she doesn't understand. Now, when we are selling these covers, these are some of the critical points that we touch on. We make sure that the clients we are speaking with understands the consequences of defaulting. Yeah, I know it might be hassle. Yeah, it is difficult, to go through all the way trying to disclose, talking about these things because it takes time, and we are in a hurry. Yeah, we are in a hurry to close the business. Yeah, this is a numbers game, but it is important that we talk or we engage the client. We listen carefully to the objections that are being raised and attend to them. Yeah, we don't bypass. We don't pick what is important to the client, assuming that it is the best for him or her, not knowing that this client has got other issues that need to be attended to. So I guess that is what happened, yeah? Because we need to know how many businesses we have to close, and so we don't carefully listen to what the client is saying, and it brings all these problems. So she walked out and she was like, I don't understand what is happening. But when you default in payment of your premiums, the insurance takes a step in informing you. It notifies you of the amount that you have to pay in arrears and also stipulates the consequences that follows if you don't pay. And then it gives you a time from under which you're supposed to pay these premiums. And then they reinstate that particular cover. So when you are given a notification that you are defaulting and the consequences of defaulting, and you are even given the time frame within which you have to pay, and you still don't pay, and the policy has not even acquired the surrender value, that policy lapses. And if it lapses, there is no further action that can be taken on the policy. So if it is reinstating, they will also have to check, are you still in good health ever since you stopped paying the last premium? Are you also able to pay all the outstanding premiums? Yeah. The revival fee, if there is a revival fee, are you able to pay it? So there are so many other factors that come in, which is very critical in the sense that when we are talking to the clients, we make sure that they understand it. In fact, some of us forgot the idea of closing the business. That becomes, a forgone idea. So we concentrate in getting into these clients' objections, what is being raised here, how are we are going to help him. Because if we don't do that, we may just appear like any other salesperson. Because if there is a pattern that salespeople speak through, is where they show you the product, run you through the benefits of the product up to the end, and then they ask when you are taking the cover, and then maybe because they are counting on closing and taking the presentation or whatever, and then it ends there. Now the client has got issues, wants to engage, but you see, now we bypass. Some of these questions are very difficult. They even raise objections about having some history about clients who never got payment. And we cannot just say we are not going to listen. We have to listen to everything that they say, because if I have to forego closing this business but I get to engage you to a level where you are comfortable, the best for me, because I will have helped you plus very many others to clear the doubts about this cover. And then probably you will make up your mind and reach out. How many salespeople have reached to this client before you? That's what you need to ask yourself. Because when you are doing this, there could be a deep-seated objection about you, because he could be saying, or she could be saying, this is another salesperson trying to force things to me, like the other one who was here. So what is unique with you? What is the difference? What value are you bringing with that cover you are trying to present? So some of these things, if they don't come out clearly, and you process the cover, you give out the policy, you expect this client to go read every detail in that cover and understand it, and then be able to live by it. It becomes very difficult. So some of these things are to be broken down, especially the critical ones of defaulting. Yeah, they need to be clearly brought out to the client so that we don't get this kind of embarrassments.